Welcome to Norfolk Perspective City Slice. I'm Bob Batcher, and guess what? It is summertime, which means it officially is Jim Riddick's time.
Yes, sir.
Hurricane season.
Starts June 1st.
You smile when you say that.
It's that time of year.
But you smile because as a city, we are ready.
We are.
So how do you define ready
Well,
for a city?
Sure. Well, I was going to say I'll define city as the community of Norfolk. We've established a team concept here, Team Norfolk, which is public, private, not-for-profit, higher education, and military. Even the homeowner, the individual homeowner, we're all in this together. So we've been doing a lot of planning, training, and exercising. Just had one earlier today, as a matter of fact. So we focus on capabilities which are applied to all hazards, not just hurricanes, but all types of natural and man-made hazards. So we continue to strengthen those relationships and our capabilities, and we're much better off this season than we were before.
I know that when you first came on board, we had some of those relationships, but they were really, oh, we're ready. Can you come over?
Right.
Here, there's a year long of planning and stretching and growing that relationship.
Absolutely. And every incident that's occurred since then, winter storms or otherwise, or even just things that could potentially become bigger, like the Ebola scare, and just our exercises, we're always taking those opportunities to strengthen our relationships and strengthen our plans. All of our plans are more inclusive of all of our community partners, so we communicate what realistic expectations are, who brings what to the table, how, why, and when. So you're right, we're not exchanging business cards during the actual storm. We already have those relationships well into place, and instead we have a structure and a framework by which we work together.
Now, you know, Jim, I'm going to say quite often when I have somebody on the show from Recreation, Parks, and Open Space, and we think the kids are just playing basketball, I always call them sneaky. I think I just called you sneaky.
I've been called worse.
So when we have things like the snows, some of those things are put in practice then, even though it's not the big hurricane.
Absolutely. We take advantage of every opportunity. Even if we know it's not going to be a large-scale event, we'll act like it is, and we'll go through the same processes that forces us to communicate with each other. We work on those communications plans, and we would act just like it's a larger-scale incident.
Okay, then I'm going to test you.
Okay.
Where's your water?
My water is in my trunk and at my house. I have a kit in both places.
Okay, you have a pillow?
I do. I do, yes, sir.
See, what else? So you have a can opener?
I do, a manual can opener.
Oh, okay. Now, do you have some cans?
Yes, sir.
What kind of canned stuff do you keep around?
Well, I actually appreciate protein and tuna, so I eat a lot of tuna. But there's ravioli. There's all kinds of non-perishable food items you can get through canned goods.
Cold ravioli?
It's been done. Those of us who have served in the military, again, we've had worse. But you do what you can with what you got.
You know, and I guess we're kind of touching on the whole resiliency. I mean, I was thinking while you were talking, for that person out there that's been watching, who was in the military.
Sure.
They're used to what training means. Training is practicing.
Sure.
Right? And then the mountain climber or the hiker. You don't just get up one morning and say, I think I'm going to go hiking.
Right.
You prepare it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's how we focus here. We know that there's a good likelihood that we're going to lose power for however long. So we equate it to packing and going for a hike. What do you need to take with you for an extended period of time where you may be out of power? Do you have your medicines? Do you have your paperwork in terms of insurance paperwork? Do you have the food items for your pets? Do you have different things, activities for your children, so they can have recreation while you're out and about? So what do you need so you can live somewhat comfortably in a rather uncomfortable environment?
Now, when was the last time you looked at that kit?
Before I came on the show, actually.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So if you got a trigger, because you knew I was going to ask you about
right.
this. So if you have a trigger, it gives you a chance to kind of go back.
Absolutely.
And look.
Well, and knowing that, my position, I'm going to have to be at the Emergency Operations Center, so I have to make sure that
I was going to say, I've never done well in getting my family prepared.
Well, and that's what it's all about. I mean, so there are so many employees, whether you're with the city or with your own business or faith community, whatever, that you have your own responsibilities to respond. So is your family prepared to respond in your absence? Are they going to evacuate, or do you have a plan for them to go somewhere where you can focus your concentration on the task at hand and not have to worry about your home life?
So a year ago when you sat on the sofa and we had the same conversation, because it's that time of year.
Right.
Maybe somebody went out and got their kit ready. that might have been the last time they saw it.
Right.
So what kinds of things should they be looking at?
You want to have non-perishable food items, something that you don't have to require power to open those canned goods. You want to have. I had some books here last time. Again, medicines, anything that you need for life sustainment in that type of.
And if it was a kit you put together last year, check it for expiration dates.
Expiration dates, and maybe some folks in the family or animals have started to eat away at some of that stock that you have and for food. So make sure that that's replenished and make sure that's good to go.
So, well, I know when we talk about preparation for a fire, have a drill. Mm-hmm. How do you drill a family for a hurricane?
Just sit down and talk through the plan. What if you guys are all together? Or what if you're separated? You're at work, you're at school. Where's that meeting place? Or how are you going to communicate with each other? And a lot of folks can have an out-of-town contact. And because sometimes it's easier to make a call out of town during an incident. Who is that out-of-town contact? And just go through those types of things. And you'll find out you may not be as prepared as you think you are.
Well, I know I've thought about that, especially when the news talks about evacuation. I want to talk a little more about that with you, but where would I go? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that Hampton Inn across the river is going to be booked. So how do you kind of plan ahead?
That's part of making your plan. And some hotels you can go to with a pet, and some you can't. So I mean, determine first of all, where do you live? Are you in a surge zone? Are you vulnerable to flooding? And that should determine whether or not you're going to evacuate or stay. If you're going to evacuate, when are you going to evacuate? What's that trigger? Are you going to listen for us to tell you to evacuate, or are you actually going to listen when we do? Because it's likely going to be a sunny, blue sky holiday weekend when we have to put out that order. And then, where are you going to go? Are you going to stay with friends? Are you going to stay with family? Are you going to stay with a hotel? Or are you going to go to Richmond or Northern Virginia, wherever? Where is that? And if you're going to do that, what's your plan to take with you? What type of items are you going to take with you? Are you going to gas up? Are you going to take cash with you? And there's a slew of things, but all you have to do is go to norfolk.gov/emergency, and we'll give you a list of things that you want to take with you, a checklist, and we'll provide all the information that you need to be prepared.
Because I can tell you don't want to be having that conversation with your spouse on the way up. Did you bring the checkbook? No, you got it. No,
boy, no, that would not be good.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Sure.
We want to do that. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about getting our community ready then.
Okay.
Because we've talked a lot about getting our family ready, but should we just kind of lay back and say, okay, the city's in good hands, so am I?
You're part of the city and you're part of the team. So everyone, there should be realistic expectation that we all have a role to play, and we will certainly do everything that we can. We'll maximize every resource that we have to respond to any hazard. But there also has to be an expectation that a homeowner, a business owner, whoever is also taking steps to be prepared themselves. Either they're going to be a victim because they failed to prepare, or they're going to be part of the solution and it can help their neighbors out. So what we try to do in our plans is we identify the different roles and responsibilities for all the different organizations and the different functions, but we also include this is the expectation of the homeowner, business owner, or whomever, so they know what the expectation is. And quite frankly, we just heard earlier today that some of the unrealistic expectations is that a certain percentage of the population will expect some sort of assistance within 24 hours, and upwards of 80% of the population expects assistance within 24 hours, and that's just not going to work.
So really talk about what the realities are.
Right. Right.
And then work together on the street level.
Absolutely. We can share with them the amount of resources that we have, the complexities of the situation, the decisions that have to be made with such imperfect data, where you might be right 1 out of 5 times. But I strongly feel that the more we communicate with the community, give them the realistic expectations, give them the same information that we use to base our decisions, and they'll be so much better off because of that.
I know, having worked in the EOC and gotten that infamous call, will my street flood? And the answer usually goes back, if it flooded the last time, it probably will again.
Well, right.
And that's the kind of information that and for some of those people, they may not have been here the last.
You're terrific point. So with such a transient population we have here, one of the things that we're trying to do to remedy that is send out geographically targeted messages. So regardless of what zone you may heard that you're in, regardless of what you're hearing elsewhere, we should be communicating to you and telling you, based on this storm, the parameters of this storm, the strength, speed, direction, and everything else, the models show that your home is vulnerable to flooding, so we encourage you to evacuate. And that takes out the guesswork.
Right. Okay, let me talk about channel 13, 10, and 3.
Yes, sir.
Are they important?
They are huge partners to us.
How is that?
Well, they help get the word out. I know one of the challenges, however, is they help get the word out for all the different localities in Hampton Roads and part of North Carolina. So we're trying to work through some relationships with Norfolk State University where using their radio station, 91.1, they could put out Norfolk-specific information, and we're scheduling a time by which that would be available, whether it's every hour on the hour or a quarter hour, afterwards. So that way, if it's catastrophic enough, people can use their radios, their battery-operated radios, listen to their messages, turn it off, save their battery until the next round.
Okay, cool. Let me touch on something that several years ago, the federal government came up with some grants for building a volunteer corps.
Right.
CERT.
Yes, sir.
Those monies have kind of gone away. Has the CERT program gone away?
It has not gone away. In fact, it's stronger than ever.
Oh, cool.
It's all about building resilience at the lowest possible level. We understand that our community, the folks in the community, the homeowners, neighbors, they are the true first responders. That program came about because folks we know that they're going to respond and help each other, but they were becoming victims themselves. So this program was developed to teach them more about how to be a responder, not a first responder, obviously, with the training and uniforms, but they can help each other and be safe at the same time.
And really help out with their neighbors.
Oh, big time, yeah.
So you're kind of going back to the snowstorm analogy, you kind of keep them involved, engaged.
Absolutely,
too.
everything. And so it's difficult. So one of the challenges that we have is, thankfully, we don't have that many disasters to respond to.
Right.
So we have to find ways to keep them engaged, in peacetime blue skies. And how do we do that? And thankfully, they're interested in serving in other capacities, be it parades or special events, where they can be there to help with some comfort items, but they're also there for just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case, like Boston bombing happened, and while they're passing out water, they can easily respond based on their training to help out there. So
if somebody wants to become involved in that, they still can?
We accept everybody, regardless of age, regardless of ability. Anyone who wants to be involved in CERT, we'd love to have you, because it provides that framework where we can work with you and provide some instruction and some training so you can be better off to help your family, your business, your church, and your neighborhood.
Well, Jim, I guess I probably should just end this interview with a confession. I better go back and check my emergency plan, because I think I've got some really old peas.
I'd be lying if I didn't say I better as well again. But
I'll call you tomorrow and see how we did. And we're going to call you tomorrow. No, you give us a call and let us know how you're doing on your emergency plan. And take it seriously. Keep your family involved. Keep your family informed. But also work with your neighbor.
Absolutely. Right? Yep. We're on it together.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Bob.